No wizard that there is or was can ever bring me down. Okay, I mean, maybe I'm not ready for Broadway, but I'm ready for something, right? This is going to be a Wicked review. If you haven't seen Wicked, please keep scrolling. Unlimited. Hello there, loved one. This is Fully Loving Yourself, and my name is Science Star J. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. So I'm in my movie review era, okay? We recently went to go see Wicked the musical. And my husband, who doesn't even like musicals, enjoyed it so much. We literally had an hour breakdown of this movie after we went to go see it. I was in there taking notes. I was crying. I was laughing. Like, this movie was so good. I'm actually gonna go see it again with one of my homegirls. I felt like this movie, this storyline was so powerful and impactful, and there were just so many lessons to be learned in this story. Now, this is coming from someone who is not aware of the storylines from before. Like, I've never seen any of the other Wicked films. I've seen The Wiz. I seen The Wizard of Oz. I heard there was a book. I ain't read no book. I ain't seen nothing on Broadway. But I do now have a new life goal. My new life goal is to become a background dancer in a musical movie. I've actually started doing some research to figure out where these opportunities are, because they was getting down. So it has to happen. If you know any resources about how I can become a background dancer in a musical, please let me know. I wanted to go over my top takeaways from Wicked the musical. Pull out my notes here. First takeaway from Wicked the musical was that our emotions are a gift when we know how to control them. So in the movie, we seen how Elphaba was dealing with some anger issues, quite literally, and the sorcerer headmasteress was trying to teach her how to control her emotions so that she could control her powers. She realized that her powers only really showed themselves when she was angry. And I thought that that was so interesting, because as someone who has really big emotions and did tend to get angry when I was younger, it just showed us this side of emotional well-being and emotional health that tells the audience that when you know yourself and you know how to control your emotions, you can actually do a lot of good with it. But if you don't have control over your emotions, you can do a lot of bad. And I thought that was really, really important to note. My second takeaway was that standing out is actually your superpower. So in the beginning of the movie, she was talking about how she wanted to go see The Wiz, and she was excited to see The Wiz because he was going to turn her back to a normal color, and maybe she would be treated better if she wasn't green. But in reality, her being green and her having these different powers that other people actually wanted was a good thing. And you see that like towards the end of the movie when people start embracing her, because Galinda was embracing her and then The Wiz was embracing her. Like, everybody wanted to be her friend after a while because they realized that she had these powers, right? But nobody else had these powers. And that actually takes me to my third point, which is that other people may recognize your gifts in you before you do. So she was looking at her gifts, her sorcery, as a curse. She was looking at it as something that she didn't want, that she wanted to get rid of, that she couldn't control, she didn't understand. It made her a bad person, mainly because her father treated her that way, because she looked different and she was different. When the headmasteress lady realized that she had these powers, she's like, "Oh, you have a gift." And she's like, "Oh, gift? I got a gift? I didn't know this was a gift. I didn't know this was considered a gift." Other people will see things in you that you don't see in yourself, and because you don't see it in yourself as a gift, they will try to use it for their own personal gain. There is a thing that my husband always tells me that his dad used to tell him, and that was, keep your head while others are losing theirs. Because if you lose your head, or if you're not using your head, other people will use it for you. And I thought that was so profound, because people can manipulate you into believing that they love you, or they like you, or they support you because you have something that they desire. You have something that they want. So they'll take you up under their wing and pretend to support you and love you, when really they just want your stuff for themselves because they don't have it. They want to harness your energy. So it's really important for us to recognize the gifts that we have, even when the people around us don't see them as gifts. I have a friend who told me that when she was younger, she was always called loud, and everybody was always talking about how loud she was, and talked about her being loud in a negative way. And then when she became an adult, she realized that her being loud wasn't a bad thing at all. That just was her sign and her gift, that she was supposed to speak. She was supposed to teach. People were supposed to hear her. And I will never, never, never forget that, because it's the same thing for me. I was always called loud. I got big emotions. I got a big voice. I got a big personality. And I've always been called loud. I've always been called sensitive, a crybaby, all of those things. And I suppressed that for a very long time, because I didn't want to push nobody away. I don't want to scare nobody. I just wanted people to like me. I wanted people, to come close. Don't leave. Don't leave. And now here I sit on this platform for the whole world to see with a mic in my hand. I can be as loud as I want to be. No wizard that there is or what. See, that's how I feel. Like, no wizard that there is or was can ever bring me down. No matter what anybody says about me, no matter who tries to get in my way, I'm going to be me. I'm going to do me. Man, that's so good. Another thing that I thought was really important about the movie, another takeaway, was the concept of building your own community. Building your own community around people who accept you and like you for exactly who you are. When Alphaba walked into when Alphaba walked into that room and she started doing her little dancey dance, doing all those things, they was looking at her like she was crazy. Looking at her like she was a damn fool. Listen. But she kept going. She kept going, and she did her, and she did not care. She created an environment within herself, for herself, where she felt safe, and she didn't care about what people were saying. Or maybe she did, like Ariana said. Maybe she did care about what other people thought. She just was pretending not to. But through her being herself, she was able to create her own community. Like, she actually made some friends. Okay. And then again, I am not the person who knows the storyline, haven't read the books, any of those things, right? Good Witch was not good at all, actually. She was only good to stroke her own ego. Like, all the good stuff that she did, she was just like, from my heart, out of the kindness of my heart. She did all of those things to make her feel better, or to look better, or to get what she wanted. When she convinced Bach to go and talk to the girl in a wheelchair, that was because she wanted the other guy. She gave Alphaba that hat out of the kindness of my heart, when she was actually being mean. And then that drove her to, wanting to support her and be friends with her, because she felt guilty. I thought that was so funny too, because I actually relate in a lot of ways to her. Another thing, Ariana, she did her damn thing. She sang her ass off in that movie. Popular. Me and my husband have been walking around the house singing Popular. You're gonna be popular. But one thing that we noticed was that she said, you're going to be popular, but not as popular as me. Like, I want you to do good. I want you to look good. I want you to feel good, but I don't ever want you to think that you're going to be better than me. Okay. And that was so evident when they were in that tower, and Alphaba was reading from the Grimoire, and Ariana said, maybe you're not as powerful as you think you are. What? Like, girl, whose side are you on? Where did you come from? Why would you say that to me? And not just let me know that sometimes Sometimes the call is coming from inside the house, and it be the people that you think is on your side that's really, really wanting to tear you down. They want to take you down a couple notches so that they can win. Because why was she trying to take her back to the wizard? No, girl, you supposed to be my friend. You supposed to be getting your ass on this broom and we supposed to be out of here. But then that goes into my other hot take, my other takeaway from this movie is that you have to be brave enough to go and do things on your own. The fact that every time Alphaba got an opportunity, she wanted to include Ariana as far as getting into sorcery school, as far as going to go see the wizard, as far as getting on a broom and, whisking away. She wanted to include her in all of these things when that really wasn't for her. Those weren't her moments. Those weren't opportunities for her. She seemingly just needed somebody to be attached to in order to get through these events and these moments when she should have just been embracing it for herself. And so that's why the end of the movie was so freaking powerful, because she got on that broom and she did her thing and she twirled and whirled, and man, I can't wait to go see this movie again. And so that brings me to my last point, which is take the opportunity to lean into your differences. Initially, she didn't want to go to that school. There were so many things that I don't feel like she wanted to do. Because she took the opportunities to do them, that's how she ended up getting to where she was in the end. I mean, not dead, we don't, but being able to get to the point where she was brave enough to go and do things and stand on business and stand on principles and the things that she believed in, because she took the opportunity to lean into her differences, lean into her power, to really believe in herself. Because baby went and jumped out of a window on a broom, not knowing if she was fitting to be able to really fly, but she did it because she believed in herself. So for me, that movie, it inspired me so much. It pushed me to really see and believe that there's so much power in not fitting in. And I just hope that everybody that watches that movie knows that you are as powerful as you think you are. And to never let anybody try to discourage you from being as great as you know you can be, even greater than you know you can be. Because people are going to try to get in your way. They're going to try to stop your blessings. They're going to try to take your opportunities. But what's for you is for you. And then the last, most important piece that for me, that just touched me was when she was falling out of the window and she seen the little girl in her. She seen herself. And that right there said to me, sometimes you gotta be your own best friend. Sometimes you gotta have your own back, because sometimes that's the only person that's really gonna have your back. And you gotta look back at that little girl, that little boy in you, because at the end of the day, you are counting on you and you can make it happen. Man, that movie's so powerful. Wicked was such an amazing movie about life transitions, believing in yourself, self-love. Like, man, that was such a good movie. So if you haven't seen it yet, definitely make your way to go see it, because it's been sold out every time we try to go see it. So I'm glad that we were able to see it when we did. I would love to hear your feedback, what you thought about the movie in the comments. I will say that I was absolutely pissed when I seen To Be Continued. It didn't even dawn on me that the beginning of the movie, it said part 1. I'm like, part 1? What do you mean? When she flew into the screen, oh my gosh, I could have lost it. Because what do you mean that's where we're ending at? Where's the rest of the movie? So if they're currently filming for the movie, or if they still casting for the movie, please let me be a background dancer. I beg of you. But if not, maybe next time. I honestly think that I missed my calling by not going to theater school or drama school, because when I was in high school, I won drama queen 3 years in a row. I'll have y'all know. Okay. Maybe I missed the calling. Maybe they didn't know. They didn't realize it. They didn't see my gift then. They thought that my gift was a negative. They kept giving me the Drama Queen Award and realizing that I was meant for showbiz. But either way, I hope you lean into your gifts and that you never care about fitting in and only care about standing out, because you are your secret sauce and you are unlimited. That was corny, I know. But anyway, as always, be bold, be joyful, and always be fully loving yourself. And I will catch y'all in the next video. Bye.